Good morning. Today is the 28th of July, 2026. This is the Defense Reports Rise Brief, your daily roundup of the latest defense, intelligence, and international security news. I'm Stuart Webb, and here are today's top stories. The United States and Iran have withheld fire for 3 consecutive days, after the U.S. conducted 13 renewed nights of attacks. President Trump claims that the United States is talking with Iran. Trump reiterated that the U.S. is ready for military action if the talks go nowhere. Iranian-backed Iraqi militias launched drones towards Saudi Arabia. The kingdom did intercept them, and the official spokesman for the Saudi Ministry of Defense condemned the attacks. Iraqi Prime Minister Ali al-Zidi ordered an investigation into the drone attack and vowed legal action against anyone found responsible. Several Israeli generals close to Israeli leadership launched a campaign against Prime Minister Netanyahu's policies, accusing him of seeking to ignite a third intifada in the West Bank as his only way out to remain in power. Netanyahu is on his way to Washington, D.C. to meet with President Trump. 600 former generals and senior officials sent a letter to Trump, urging him to put pressure on Netanyahu. An excerpt of the letter urges Trump to halt the deterioration of the West Bank and exploit his meeting with Netanyahu to rein in his comrades and allies in the far right who are drowning the country in blood. In Germany, one woman was killed and 29 others were injured after an attacker drove his vehicle into Berlin's Pride Parade. The suspected perpetrator was known by police as an Islamic State sympathizer. The 21-year-old German national attempted to travel to Syria via Turkey and Lebanon to join Islamic State fighters in 2025. He was given a suspended sentence of 1 year and 10 months. This has triggered a political debate within the country. Ukraine claimed it struck a state-owned fuel storage facility in Boryk Republic. This facility was 1,300 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. According to the Ukrainian General Staff, this facility is a major oil depot of national importance, storing fuel, petroleum products, and lubricants intended for use during emergencies and to support military needs. This also comes as Russia's Deputy Prime Minister and former Energy Minister Alexander Novak claimed that the ongoing fuel crisis in Russia is easing. Novak claims that several oil refineries are back online, but he did not provide any figures. Leaked documents on the development of Russia's RS-28 Sarmat intercontinental ballistic missile show how Russia's defense industry and agencies cut corners to try and deliver the missile by the Kremlin's deadlines, which seem to be more about nuclear signaling than developing capacity to build it. The Sarmat was announced in 2018 and has been declared combat ready in 2022 and again in 2023. It was announced in May this year that the Sarmat missile will be combat ready by the end of this year. In Nigeria, at least 30 people were killed in Kaduna State when armed men attacked a village. Among the casualties were 8 children. It is believed that corruption, poor intelligence sharing, and underfunded local policing have hampered Nigeria's efforts to crack down on the jihadist and bandit threat. Recently, a Nigerian soldier, Private Muhammad Yusuf, was arrested over allegations that he supplied military uniforms to terrorist and criminal groups. Yesterday, it was announced that Nigeria will be recruiting an additional 28,000 soldiers. In a week-long anti-narcotics operation, Nigerian authorities seized thousands of kilograms of illicit drugs. Nigeria's National Drug Enforcement Agency stated that included 2 tons of Canadian-allowed cannabis hidden inside important vehicles at the Appa port, cocaine concealed in food cartons destined for the United Kingdom, and large quantities of opioids and other narcotics intercepted at Lagos's ports and airport. These seizures highlight how Nigeria and Africa are used as a transit hub for international trafficking networks for Africa, Europe, and other markets. At least 24 new projects are underway to produce energetics across NATO countries. Munitions require propellants to launch projectiles like artillery shells and explosives to destroy a target. Together, these are known as energetics. The U.S. currently has one World War II-era propellant factory, and no new factories have been built in over 50 years, since the early 1970s. NATO is surging production of energetics with new sites in Arkansas and Europe. The UK plans to build 6 energetic factories by 2030. In many sites, environmental and safety regulations are slowing down projects, which Russian factories do not have to deal with. But the danger is real. A blast killed 16 workers in a Tennessee explosive plant last year. The Afghanistan Freedom Front claims that it repelled several Taliban attacks in the Zabak district of Badakhshan. Separately, the Taliban confirmed that the head of information and culture in the province was killed by 2 motorcyclists. An earthquake registering a magnitude of 7.1 shook Komoto on Japan's southern island late Tuesday afternoon, causing damage and injuries. A tsunami advisory was temporarily issued, but was lifted within 2 hours. The U.S. Geological Survey initially reported the earthquake of having a magnitude of 7.1, but later revised it to 6.8. Details are still unclear, but there have been reports of injuries and damage to roads, bridges, and buildings, as well as blackouts and fires. That concludes today's Wires Brief. If you found this useful, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and visit defenseport.com for analysis on these topics and more. And until next time, have a good day.